EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We're at Moda Center in downtown Portland, Oregon. Tonight, it's the Portland Trail Blazers taking on the Phoenix Suns. Won by the Phoenix Suns. Paul to Booker. Paul to Booker. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Here's CP3. And he buries it.
There's a natural tendency when you guard a right dominant hand player to send him left. But for a guy who's a good mid-range shooter, that's wrong. His pace dribble is his left hand. Force him to go right and know that the chances are higher of him trying to drive and attack the rim. That's knowing the scouting report.
To the rim, lays it up and in.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact.
A drive to the basket.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Picked up by the Suns.
I'm hearing some boos from the crowd. They know, just like I know, you're not getting back on D.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
The free throw, perfect. And the lead is up to 7. To Covington. Lillard. To Cantor. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Paul into the front court. Leads 5. Portland has the ball. Covington. Takes stock of the floor. Stuffs it down with authority.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds the inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
Paul, defended by Lillard. Has a look. Ooh, crisp ball. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
To Lillard. Covington to Lillard. Down to 5 on the 24. Lillard. Short jumper stays out.
Woo! I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
Lillard to Covington. Cantor. No, the Suns come up with the steal. Knocked loose. Blazers have it. Covington taken by the Suns. Lays it up and in.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Portland's got it. Lillard. Here comes the screen. The screen sets him up for two.
I wasn't necessarily sure which way that PNR was going, but I guess neither was the defense. That makes two of us.
Paul with it up top. Up 5. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Chris Paul at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 86% from the line. One free throw, count it. It's a three-point play, and the lead up to 8. It's Portland ball. To Covington. Beyond the arc for 3. His first effort off the mark. Mikal Bridges. Oh, denied. Blocked away.
That one's in the 15th row.
Huge denial. Portland down to 4 to shoot. To Cantor. And it's Cantor. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start. Paul into the front court. Up by 6. Nothing going here on that drive. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
To Cantor. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Paul across the timeline. Up 6. Mikal Bridges. And it's Cantor. Huge block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Able to convert inside.
There you go. Finally, shoot your shot.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. He's been lights out so far. 5 for 5.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Scores from the post.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Now Paul with the basketball. Leads 4. To Mikal Bridges. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Give him 2 points. High percentage. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
To Cantor. Has a chance? Not that time.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away.
And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Here we go. I got him.
To Cantor. It's Ayton with the rebound. Mikal Bridges. Whoa! What a finish! They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
4-3. Rebound Bridges. Paul into the front court. His team leads it by 10.
Watch that cutter. I got the cutter. Watch the cutter. Watch the cutter.
Yes, tough shot. It's got to go up to go in. When you look at playmakers in the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
New blood coming in for both sides. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Suns. Paul picked up by Carmelo Anthony. Rebound comes to Cantor. Hood above the rim.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Paul with it up top. Lead stands at 10. Trying to cash in. Paul's shot won't go down. Has a look. Shot by Carmelo, no good. Paul into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Shot clock winding down. Paul, he was all over him. Knocked loose. Taken by the Suns. Cruises inside for two.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Knocked loose. High risk, high reward. It stays in their possession. Good. Off a spin.
And that's a dig at the defender's pride. You can't have someone spinning and splashing like that at the start of the game.
Suns with the basketball. Paul. Hood. To Anthony. Here comes the screen. Anthony, a pass stolen by Phoenix. To Paul. Off the assist. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
Here comes the screen. Knocked loose. Has a chance. Charged with the board.
Hey, check up. Let's go.
Deep three at the buzzer.
Way to hit.
One quarter down. The Suns dominating so far. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Trailblazers take over. Lillard. Oh, he had it.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
And the Blazers clear the rebound. Paul up against the Weber State product. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Harry Giles at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 50%. Wants to do better. Knocks down the first. Able to convert on both free throws. Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Probing the defense. Goes to the left side. Here comes the screen.
Screen come on the left.
To Paul.
Watch that cut, watch that cut.
Deep two there, won't go. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Missed a wide open look. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Lillard picked up by Paul. Count it.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Here we go, here we go.
To Anthony. For 3. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
Oh, you guarding me? Please give me the ball. Please give me the ball.
Short jumper stays out. Lillard to Rodney Hood. Oh, the Suns come up with the steal.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Nice finish at the rim.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Lillard Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. A pass stolen by Portland. The feed stolen away.
When you're outmatched talent-wise, you cannot get outworked. Get that ball back.
Count the bucket for 2.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Lillard against Chris Paul. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there. Knocked loose. Paul across the timeline. His guys holding the big lead. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. It's Phoenix ball. To Booker. Surveys the floor. Nothing going here on that drive. Lillard. Collins matched up with Nader. Anthony. Off the mark. No good. The follow won't go either. To Booker. A bad pass there. Blazers have it. Lillard stuffs it down with authority.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
To Booker. Blazers come away with it. Lillard. No good. That's great defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Booker. 5 on the shot clock for Phoenix. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. A shot no good there for Booker.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Lillard matched up with Booker. Here comes the screen. Lillard to Anthony. The Blazers with 4 on the shot clock. And they call the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
And he connects on the first free throw. So he hits the first, misses the second. To Paul. 5 on the shot clock. Chance for Chris Paul. The jab step opens up space to knock down the jumper.
Ed, I'm telling you right now, that is the move of an assassin.
Lillard against Nader. With the rock, it's Chris Paul. probing the defense with a drop step. Goes reverse to lay it in.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Had a chance, but it's no good. To Covington. Fires the three. Well defended. Covington's a tough matchup. Now Paul with the basketball. His guys hold a commanding lead. A pass stolen by Portland. To Lillard. Trying to cash in. Lillard with a shot. No. Mikal Bridges. And he's fouled. And he earns a trip to the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Frank Kaminsky has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 76% from the line. Misses the first. Second one's good. Splits the pair. Trailblazers with the basketball. Lillard matched up with Paul. Here's a chance from long range. That's not his range. It's no good. To Booker. Look out, Devin Booker. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Booker with it. He'll run the offense. To Paul. Deep left corner, and that'll be out of bounds. Last touch by a Blazer. Runner's good there.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
That's me. I got ball.
Lillard.
Hey, you got the screen right, screen right, screen right.
To Cantor. Knocked loose. Robert Covington with the strong finish.
And easy to get back on defense.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Knocked loose. Paul, defended by Lillard. Oh, emphatic slam.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make 2 bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
Paul into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Knocked loose. Lillard. Oh, nice find for the basket.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Blazers have it. Lillard to Covington. It's a big finish.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Phoenix with it. Paul to Mikal Bridges. Paul to Mikal Bridges. They get it down to Paul. It goes down.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Detonator sends it away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Look out, Devin Booker. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
Ed, when a player's running at you full speed and he takes those steps, there's no way you can defend it.
Lillard. Screen coming. Lillard buries it.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
Now the Suns going to signal for a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Both coaches dipping into their reserve. Sizing up the defense. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Lillard against Chris Paul. To Covington. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim, short. Oh, bad pass there. Blazers have it. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Lillard, a pass stolen by Phoenix.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
To Lillard. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Damian Lillard trying to cash in on the 3-point play. Career 88% from the line. Free throw's good to cap off the 3-point play as they draw a tiny bit closer. Damian Lillard with a piece. Deep 3 at the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Thanks, fellas. Jalen here with your halftime report. The Suns are feeling comfortable at the halfway mark. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets to the Phoenix Suns. The Trailblazers have dug themselves a bit of a hole after 2 quarters. They've got the break to figure some things out. And trust me, they've got a few things to figure out. Still, it's not like they're totally out of this game. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Portland Trailblazers.
Game track. Second chance points.
The Phoenix Suns are benefiting from the fundamentals. The way they've been boxing out and using positioning has allowed them to keep possessions alive. Even better is letting them turn missed shots into made shots.
Player of the half.
Chris Paul did a great job of reading the defense and exploiting the opportunities where he can make the most damage. He's definitely feeling it. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Kaminsky sizing up the all-star Lillard. To Booker. And his Cantor rejects it. Oh, that's out.
Out of here. It always looks cool, but guess what? You're still on D.
Paul can't connect. To Lillard. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
Because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Damian Lillard at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Off the mark on his free throw. Phoenix has the ball. To Booker. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
Oh, the Suns come up with the steal.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
Taking advantage of the turnover.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Lillard to Cantor. Lillard to Covington. Almost, and he's not getting the call. A pass stolen by Portland. Shot from the lane won't go. Into the front court, it's Booker. His guys holding the big lead. To Paul. Look out, Devin Booker. He's now 4 for 6.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
And his Cantor above the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, That's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Lillard picked up by Paul. Fine to shoot, Lillard. And scores, strong take.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Chris Paul, couple of free throws on the way. Hasn't missed yet. First try at the line, no good. Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Lillard. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Robert Covington tips it. They've got it now.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Cantor to Lillard. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Damian Lillard trying to cash in on the three-point play. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Free throw good, and the lead back down to 15. Send it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
Substitution being made in this one. Lillard. Damian Lillard is going to get 3 shots here, shooting 66% in this contest. First one, count it. Second free throw off the mark. Still one to come. Suns control the possession to Booker. Takes stock of the floor. Has a look. Off the mark. To Covington. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. To Booker. The drive. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Look out, Devin Booker. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
Yeah, I've been in this situation before. Just raise your hand. We got to switch.
Lillard. Lets it fly from long range. That out of his range and no good. To Booker. Shot from in close, no good. And the rebound's taken in by Phoenix. To Mikal Bridges. Going to launch beyond the arc. Mikal Bridges forced that one. Well defended. Goes reverse to lay it in.
And a lot of folks last year, including myself, were surprised that Dame was named first-team All-NBA ahead of Russell Westbrook. Look, I love Dame's game, but come on, man. Russ averaged a triple-double for the second season in a row. Stop it.
Mikal Bridges. And he finishes at the rim.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Return label included.
The offense might want to adjust here. That's his 4th block of the evening.
Shot by Lillard, no good.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure.
Stuffs it down with authority.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Covington to Lillard. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Now the Suns coach gonna signal for a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this 3rd quarter. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Getting dirty. Loose ball on the deck. To Mikal Bridges. Not that time. Covington. To Lillard. From long range. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
This is where I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Booker matched up with Lillard. Has a chance, knocks it down off the step back.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guaranteed.
Lillard. to Anthony. Beyond the arc for three. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Oh, bad pass there. Blazers have it.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Booker with it. His guys hold a commanding lead. Down the lane to lay it in.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Into the front court. It's Booker. They're looking to make something happen. Knocked loose. Blazers come away with it. Lillard. And stuffs it home.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Booker. Mikal Bridges. To Booker. 4-3. He engulfed him that time. Lillard. Here comes the screen. To Lillard. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Nice pass to set things up.
But did you see the way he was able to do it, Ed? Did you see him constantly probe the defense by maintaining his dribble? Ultimately, if you keep your eyes on all the other defenders, they will lose track of where the ball is. That's where you slip a quick pass in for an easy dime.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here comes some changes. A pass stolen by Portland. To Rodney Hood. Lillard to Anthony. Ah, the monster stuff. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
And count the basket.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Lillard calls out of bounds. Last touch by Dario Saric. Time for some new personnel into the game. A pass stolen by Phoenix. pushes it home.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Lillard gets it in the right corner. Anthony. Not that time. Oh, bad pass there. Blazers have it. Big finish at the rim.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Down to 5 on the 24. For 3. And the rebound taken in by Giles. Third quarter comes to an end. The fourth quarter on the way. The Suns lead it big. It'll be Suns basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. They have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the fourth quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the fourth.
Portland has the ball. Lillard guarded by CP3. Probing the defense, not giving up on that play. The result, a tie-up. Well, as they get ready for the jump, someone's going to come away with the basketball. Hood to Anthony. Fires the 3, and he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. First try, no good. That one won't go. One more to come. He converts a 2 of 3 trip. Suns with the basketball. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Chris Paul at the line for a chance at a three-point play, shooting 66% in this contest. Free throws good as they continue to widen their lead. Lillard. Nearing impossible. No getting through.
5, Ed. That's 5 blocks tonight.
Paul with it up top. His guy's up by 15. Count the basket inside.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Oh, the Suns come up with the steal.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
To Lillard. Layup goes down. Well done.
It seems like yesterday I was rapping with this kid during the NBA pre-draft workout. He looked scrawny. Nobody knew if he could really make it. But the arrow continues to point straight up for Dame Lillard. Another terrific season. A first-time All-NBA first-team player. Tied for 4th in the league in scoring last year. This kid is no doubt about it. Dame time.
Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
I don't know, Ed. Maybe there's a long-term play here. But next game, we're going to be aggressive early. Maybe.
Goes 2 for 2. Here's a chance from long range, and he knocks it down.
Today's league just throws that old school stuff out of the window. Why have twos when you can shoot threes, even on fast breaks? Guys spread out towards the three-point line instead of laying the ball easy at the rim.
Easy path to the rim.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
A pass stolen by Phoenix. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Paul into the front court. His guys leading by 14. Knocks down a tough shot. Now a smothering defense.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Booker. Shot clock winding down. It's Paul for 2. Fires the 3. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. It's Phoenix ball. Booker to Paul.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Rodney Hood above the rim.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
To Paul. Trying to cash in, and he scores. Unguardable, Jay. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
Screen coming. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Lets it fly from long range, and he stays cold from deep as he misses another one. It's no good. Phoenix with it. Harry Giles swats it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Booker. Knocks it down from mid-range. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
Paul matched up with Lillard. Nothing going here on that drive. Mikal Bridges. To Paul. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. And he knocks it down, Jay.
Can we all just agree that that handle is next level, but that jumper's wet too?
Lillard matched up with Paul. To Anthony. Going to launch beyond the arc. Not a good shot there as he misses it. To Mikal Bridges. Paul. To Mikal Bridges. 5 seconds to shoot. Paul. Gets a shot up off the mark. Lillard. Here comes the screen. To Lillard. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
And when people talk about vision, people usually talk about the vision to make the pass. But how about seeing the chaos in the traffic before the pass even occurs? That's next level vision. How can I catch people out of position defensively? That's what we saw in that last possession.
Lillard to Anthony. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. And the rebound comes down to Booker. Paul across the timeline. His guys hold a commanding lead. Add 2 points to the board. When you look at playmakers in the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal. And when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
Paul to Booker. Chance for Paul. Won't go. He needs some luck on his side given how they're defending.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Mikal Bridges. To Paul. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Chris Paul trying to cash in on the three-point play. He's been steady, 83% at the line. Missed it at the line. Lillard, deep right corner to Cantor. Missed it. How'd that not go down? Mikal Bridges to Paul. Has a look. It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Lillard. To Anthony. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Here's CP3, and he hits.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Lillard matched up with Paul. To Cantor, and his Cantor above the rim.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Now Paul with the basketball. His guys holding the big lead. No good, and no foul.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
to Mikal Bridges. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Free throw's good. Add one more to the total. This game feels out of reach. To Lillard. From long range. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
From the painted area, won't go down.
I agree. I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go up two legs and expect the contact.
It's good. And one.
But did you see on that three-point shot, did you see him slightly kick his legs out? By kicking his legs out, the defender runs into the legs. There's contact. That's how you get a four-point play potentially.
Damian Lillard with a chance at a four-point play, shooting 66% in this contest. And hits at the line. To Paul. And that's rebounded by Portland. Lillard to Anthony. And a throwdown.
And Melo will be the first one to tell you this. He's not ready to be a role player just yet. He can still put up points in bunches. Didn't shoot the ball that well last year. Averaged around 16 a game. The lowest total of his 15-year career.
Wow. Booker to Paul. Off the assist.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Gets to the basket and scores.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Knocked loose. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Suns, so possession stays with the Blazers. Lillard, guarded by CP3. Beyond the arc for three. He's had a good shooting performance, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough.
Yeah, no one else pretty much helped out. As a coach, I will be irate that nobody helped pick up the slack. Look, one man can never beat five.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Knocked loose. Paul, defended by Lillard. 4-3. And the rebound belongs to Phoenix. Booker with it. They lead it by 14. Blazers have it. Picked up by the Suns.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
Knocked loose. And that's going to be off of Anthony out of bounds. So the Suns keep the possession. Knocked loose. And that'll be out of bounds. Last touch by a Blazer. So it stays with Phoenix. Kaminsky picked up by Carmelo Anthony. Slam dunk, Deandre Ayton. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now. Lillard matched up with Paul.
for three. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. And a whistle.
His timing was a tad bit off.
First free throw is good. And he makes them both. Knocked loose. Taken by the Suns. It's the Suns with the victory, as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Jalen Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Suns won this game after a close finish. The statistic that seems to stand out in 3D is their assists. So many of their points were made possible by their team chemistry, and it was great to see. The Trailblazers just couldn't close this one out. Chemistry was clearly not the issue today because they were definitely sharing the ball well. Still, everyone knows they'd rather be sharing the joy of a victory. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Portland Trailblazers.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Chris Paul gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch. Here we go with the top 3 plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.